भक्ति भिखारी हे हरि प्रेम भक्ति भिखारी हे से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि हे से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि कि तुलसी पता को कि बाधन दे कि तुलसी पता को कि बाधन दे कोटि ब्रह्मांडर नाथ परासी कोटि ब्रह्मांडर नाथ परासी भगत क्षीर लुहति टोपाकु भगत अखीर लुहति टोपाकु भगत अखीर लुहति टोपाकु आदर ताहार भारी हे आदर ताहार भारी हे से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि हे से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि तार पासे छारा हेम सिंहासन तार पासे छारा हेम सिंहासन तेजे खोजु थाई मन वृंदावन 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 भगति पीरति गढ़ासन रे भगति पीरति गढ़ासन रे भगति पीरति गढ़ासन रे भगति पीरति गढ़ासन रे हसी खेले मन भरी हे हसी खेले मन भरी हे से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि हे से जे भव विनोदिया हरि से जे भव विनोदिया हरि
अच्छा अमिता भाई
जय गुरु प्राणप्रिय ठाकुर जगत जननी अंश संभूता माँ माने श्री ठाकुर लीला सहचर भाई माने पिला माने आज सम्मिलनी भाव विनिमय अध्याय भाव विनिमय सेवा कर सुजोग पाई मु कृतार्थ ठाकुर पादपद्म प्रणाम जनाई आरंभ कर भाव विनिमय ଠାକୁର ତ ମାନେ କହିଛନ୍ତି କି ତମେ ଜନ୍ମ ଜନ୍ମ ଧରିକି ମୋ ସହିତ ଘୁରି ବୁଲୁଛ, ଆଉ ଯେହେତୁ ଆମର ନାହିଁ ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ପୂର୍ବ ଜନ୍ମରେ କ'ଣ ହେଇଥିଲା କି ଜନ୍ମ ଜନ୍ମାନ୍ତର ଘଟଣା ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି, କିନ୍ତୁ କିଛି କିଛି ତ ଇଙ୍ଗିତ ଆସୁଛି ଯେ ଆମେମାନେ ଘଟଣାକ୍ରମରେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଘରେ ଜନ୍ମ ହେଇ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଘର ସହିତ ସଂଯୋଗ ସ୍ଥାପନ କରି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଘର ସହିତ ଜଡ଼ିତ ହେଇ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଆସିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି। ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ଆମକୁ ଦିଏକି ମାନେ ମୋତେ ମୁଁ ଭାବେ କି ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ବୋଧେ ଗୋଟେ ଖୋରାକ କି ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଆଗରୁ ଜଡ଼ିତ। ଆଉ ଠାକୁର ପିଲାବେଳୁ ତାଙ୍କ ଘରେ ଜନ୍ମ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ତେଣୁ ଛୋଟ କଥାରେ ମନେ ପଡ଼ୁଛି ପିଲାବେଳୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ କେବେ 6-7 ବର୍ଷର ହେଇଥିଲି ବୋଧେ, ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଗ୍ରେଡ୍ ପଢ଼ୁଥିଲି ବୋଧେ, ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ଶ୍ରେଣୀ ପଢ଼ୁଥିଲି ବୋଧେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରାଯାଏ ଗୁରୁଦେବ ଦୟାକର ଦିନଜନେ, ଆଉ ମୁଁ ଦିନଜନେଟା ବୁଝିପାରୁନଥିଲି। ମୋ ବୁଢ଼ୀମାକୁ ଯାଇ ପଚାରିଲି, ବୁଢ଼ିଆ ମାନେ ମୋ ଜେଜେମା ବାପାଙ୍କର ମାଆଙ୍କୁ, ଯେ ଦିନ ମାନେ କ'ଣ? ସେଠୁ ସେ କହିଲା କି ଦିନ ମାନେ ଦରିଦ୍ର, ଯିଏ ଭିକାରୀ, ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଭିକ ମାଗୁଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ଦିନ ଲୋକ। ମୁଁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କେତେ ଦିନ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରିଛି ସେଇ ଦିନ ଦରିଦ୍ର ଯେଉଁମାନେ ନିରନ୍ନ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ ଉଦ୍ଧାର କରନ୍ତୁ ବୋଲି। ଦିନେ ହଠାତ୍ କି ମନରେ ଆସିଲା, ଆଚ୍ଛା ସେମାନେ ଦିନଜନ, ମୁଁ କ'ଣ ମହାଜନ? ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରୁଛି, ମୋ ପାଇଁ ତ କିଛି କହୁନି। କହିବା ବାହୁଲ୍ୟ ଯେ ଆଜି ପରିଣତ ବୟସରେ ବି ମୁଁ ଭୁଲି ଯାଉଛି କି ମୁଁ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କରି ଦ୍ୱାରରେ ଭିକାରୀ, ମୁଁ ଯେ କାଙ୍ଗାଳ, ମୁଁ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କ କୃପା ହିଁ ଦରକାର। ସେଇଟା ଆଜି ବି ମନେ ରହୁନି। ସେଇଟା ଥରେ ବୁଝିପାରିଲେ ବୋଧହୁଏ ହୃଦୟର ସହିତ ଛାଡ଼ି ପାରନ୍ତିନି ଯେ ମୁଁ ଅପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ, ମୁଁ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ଯେଉଁ ବ୍ୟାକୁଳତା, ଯେଉଁ ପିପାସତା ଆସିବା କଥା ସେଟା ଆସୁନି। ମନ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ ଜ୍ଞାନ ହିସାବରେ ହଁ ମୁଁ ଅପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ, କାରଣ ମୁଁ ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ନୁହେଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଇ ପିପାସା କାହିଁ, ଯେଉଁଟାକୁ ବେଦାନ୍ତରେ ମୁମୁକ୍ଷୁତ କୁହାଯାଏ, ସେଇଟା କେବେ ଆସିବ? ଆଉ ସେଇଟା ଆସୁନି ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ। ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ କୃପା ବିନା ତ କିଛି ହେଇପାରିବନି। ଆଉ କେବେ ତାଙ୍କର କୃପା ହବ ତାକୁ ହିଁ ପ୍ରତୀକ୍ଷା କରି ବସିଛି। ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ ଠାକୁର ବି କହିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ କୃପାର ଯେ ଅଛି ସମୟ, ଗୁଣ କ୍ଷୟ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଆତ୍ମପ୍ରକାଶ କରେ ନାହିଁ ମୁଁ ସେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ। ଆଉ ସେଇ ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ଗୁଣ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଅଛି, ଯେଉଁ ଜନ୍ମ ଜନ୍ମାନ୍ତରର କୁସଂସ୍କାର ଯେଉଁ ଗୁଣ ସବୁ ରହିଛି, ସେ କ୍ଷୟ ନହେଲା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଆସିବନି। ସେଇଟା ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଉପଦେଶରୁ ବୁଝୁଛି। ଆଉ ସେଇ ଗୁଣ କ୍ଷୟ ପାଇଁ ବି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଇଙ୍ଗିତରେ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛି। ଆଉ ଏ ଦିନର ତ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ସିଏ, ଆମେ ଖାଲି ଯନ୍ତ୍ର। ସେତିକି ଭାବିକରି ସିଏ ଘଟଣାକ୍ରମରେ କେତେବେଳେ କ'ଣ କରେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତି, ବୁଲେଇ ବୁଲେଇ ନେଇକି ପୁଣି ଠିକ୍ ଜାଗାରେ ବସେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତି। ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ବି ମନେ ପଡ଼ୁଛି, ଗାଁ ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ବାବା ଥାଆନ୍ତି, ତାଙ୍କର ମୁଁ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ସେ ଆଶ୍ରମର ପାଖରେ, ମାନେ ସେ ଗାଁ ବାହାରେ ଆଶ୍ରମ। ମୁଁ ଯାଇକରି ଗୋଟେ ସାଙ୍ଗ ସହିତ ସେ ହୁଡ଼ି ପାହାଡ଼ କେତେ ବୁଲିଛି ସେ ଆଶ୍ରମ ଚାରିପଟେ, ବର୍ଷ ବର୍ଷ ଯାଇଛି ଭାରି। ଯେହେତୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ସଂଘରେ ଯାଏ, ଭୋଗ ଖାଇକି ଆସେ, ଭୋଜି ଖାଇକି ଆସେ, ଗୀତ ଶୁଣେ, କାନରେ ବସେ, ଭଲ ବି ଲାଗେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ନିଜେ ଯାଇକରି କିଛି ବୁଲି ଯାଇକି ଆଶ୍ରମକୁ ଯାଏ ନା। ସାଙ୍ଗ ସହିତ ବସିକରି ବାହାରେ ବୁଲୁଥାଏ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ସମୟରେ। ଦିନେ ହଠାତ୍ କରି ମନେ ହେଲା କି ଯାଇକି ଭିତରେ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିଦେଇ ଆସିବା। ସେଇଦିନଠୁ ଯେମିତି ସେ ଅନେଇକି ବସିଛନ୍ତି କି ଏ ଦିଟାଙ୍କ ପିଲା ଆସିବେ ମୋ ପାଖକୁ, ଯାଉ ଯାଉକା ଏଠି ଘାସ ଟିକେ ଅଛି, ମାନେ ସେବା ଜୁଟେଇ ଦେଲେ। ଆଉ ସେ ସେମିତି ଜୀବନର ସବୁ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ, ସବୁ ମୋଡ଼ରେ ବୁଲେଇ ବୁଲେଇ ଆଣିକରି ଜୁଟେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତି, କାରଣ ସିଏ ହିଁ ତ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରୀ। ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶରେ ସେଇ ଗୁଣକ୍ଷୟ ପାଇଁ ଯେ କ'ଣ କରାଯାଇପାରିବ, ସେଇଟା ସମସ୍ତ ପାଇଁ ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା। ଆଉ ମୁଁ ବି ଜାଣିନି ମୋ ପାଇଁ କ'ଣ କରାଯାଇପାରିବ। ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ମାନେ ସାମୂହିକ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶ ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ନେଇକରି ଆଗକୁ ଯାଉଛି। ଆଉ ପିଲାବେଳଟା ତ ଏମିତି ଥିଲା କି ଯେମିତି ମା ଏବେ କହୁଥିଲେ କି ମୋର ଟାଇମ୍ ନାହିଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଠାକୁର ତ ମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସ୍ତେ ଆସ୍ତେ ପଢ଼ିଲି, ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିଲି କି ଠାକୁର ତ କହିଛନ୍ତି ନାଇଁ, ଆମ ହିନ୍ଦୁ ଧର୍ମର ଯେଉଁ ନାନା ମତ ଆଉ ନାନା ପଥର ଭିତ୍ତିଭୂମି, ଆମର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ ଲାଇନ୍ରେ ଯିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବନି ମା। ଆଉ ତେଣୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ଏବେ ମଝିରେ ଚିଠିରେ ପଢ଼ୁଥିଲି, ମା ଠାକୁର କାହାକୁ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି, ତୁମେ ତ ରାଗମାର୍ଗର ସାଧକ। କେତେଥର କହିବି ଯେ ତୁମେ ରାଗମାର୍ଗର ସାଧକ। ରାଗ ହେଉଛି ମାନେ ଭଲ ପାଇବାର, ପ୍ରେମର ଯେଉଁ ସାଧନାଟା, ସେଇ ସାଧନା, ମାନେ ପ୍ରାଣର ଆକର୍ଷଣରେ ଆମେ ଯେଉଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଭଲ ପାଇବା, ସେଇଟା ହେଉଛି ରାଗମାର୍ଗ। ତେଣୁ ସିଏ ହିଁ, ଯେହେତୁ ସିଏ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରୀ, ତାଙ୍କୁ ହିଁ ଜଣା ସେ କେଉଁ ରାସ୍ତାରେ ନେବେ। ଆଉ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ପାଇଁ ତ ସଂସାରରେ ଗୁଣକ୍ଷୟ ପାଇଁ, ନିଷ୍କାମ କର୍ମ ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବାର କଥା। ଆରପାଳି ସଂଘରେ ମୁଁ କହୁଥିଲି ସେଇଟା କରୁଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତା ଭିତରେ ମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମନର ଭିତରେ ଆସିଯାଏ, ମନ ଭିତରେ ବହୁତ ପ୍ରତାରଣା ଥାଏ। ତାପରେ ଠାକୁର କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି ତମେ ସଂସାରର କାମ ସଂସାରରେ ସାରିଦିଅ, କଡ଼ା ଗଣ୍ଡାରେ ଯାହାକୁ ଦେବା କଥା ତାକୁ ସେ କଡ଼ା ଗଣ୍ଡାରେ ଦେଇକି ଯାଅ। ତେଣୁ ସେ ସଂସାର କାମ ଯେମିତି ଆର ପାରିକି ନେଇକି ନ ଯାଅ। ଆଉ ସେତିକି ବେଳେ ଆସିଲା ବେଳେ ମୁଁ ସବୁବେଳେ ଫେଲ୍ ହୁଏ, ମନରେ ସେଇଟା ସବୁବେଳେ ଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦ୍ୱ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରୁଛି। ମୁଁ ଆଜି ସେଇଟା ଜାଣିକରି ଉଠଉଛି ଯେ ଭାଇମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସିବେ ସେଇ ବିଷୟରେ ପୁଣି ଟଚ୍ କରିବେ କି କେମିତି କଡ଼ାଗଣ୍ଡାରେ ଦେଇପାରୁଛନ୍ତି। କାରଣ କଡ଼ାଗଣ୍ଡାରେ ଦେବାକୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସୁଛି ମାନେ ତାପରେ ଠାକୁର କହୁଛନ୍ତି କି ଯେ ତମେ ପୁଅ କହିବ ଯେ ଏଭଳିଆ ବାପା କାହିଁ ନାହିଁ, ଭାଇ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଭାଇ କାହିଁ ନାହିଁ। ଆଉ ସେଇ ସମୟରେ ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ପ୍ରତି ଆମର ଯେଉଁ କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ ଅଛି, ଯାହାକୁ ଯାହା କଳାଗଣ୍ଡାରେ ଦେବା କଥା, କିନ୍ତୁ ବାପା ମାଆଙ୍କୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ କଳାଗଣ୍ଡାରେ ଦେବାର ଆସୁଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ପୁଅ ହିସାବରେ ଆମର ଯେଉଁ କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ସେଇଠି ପୁରା ଫେଲ୍। ଆଉ ସେଇଟା ମୋ ମନରେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦ୍ୱ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରୁଛି କି ସେଇ କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟଟା କେମିତି ପାଳନ କରାଯାଇପାରିବ, କଳାଗଣ୍ଡାରେ କେମିତି ଏଇଠିକାର ହିସାବ ଏଇଠି କରାଇକି ଯାଇ ହେବ। ଆଉ ବେଳେବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟମ କ୍ଲାସରୁ ଆସିକି ଗରିବ ଘରରୁ ଆସିଲା ବେଳେ ଲାଗୁଥିଲା କି ବୋଧେ ଏଇଠି ରହିଲେ ଆମେ ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ସପୋର୍ଟ କରିପାରିବୁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବୟସ ସହିତ ଲାଗୁଛି ଗୋଟେ ସମୟରେ ସେ କିଛି ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ। ମାନେ ତେଣୁ ସେତେବେଳେ ଲାଗେ କି ପାଖରେ ଥିଲେ ପୁଅ ମୋ ଗୋଡ଼ରେ ହାତ ମାରି ଦେଉଥାନ୍ତା, ଆଉଁସି ଦେଉଥାନ୍ତା, ସେଠି ତ ପୁଅର କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟ, ସେଠି ତ ଆଉ ସେଇ କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟଟା ମୁଁ ଆଦୌ କରିପାରୁନି। ଆଉ ଖାଲି ଏଠି କାହିଁକି, ଯୋଉଠି ଥିଲେ ବି ମୁଁ ତ ଏଇ ଗାଁରେ ରହିକି କିଛି କରିପାରୁନଥାନ୍ତି, ତେଣୁ କରିପାରିବିନି। ଆଉ ତେଣୁ ସେଇଟା ଭାବିକିରି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ସେଇଟା ପାଇଁ ସବୁବେଳେ କ୍ଷମା ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରେ କି ସେଇ ଯୋଉ କଡ଼ାଗଣ୍ଡାର ହିସାବଟା କେମିତି ଯେ ହେଇପାରିବ। ଆଉ ଯେହେତୁ ସମସ୍ତେ ଏଠି ସଚେତ, ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ଯାଉଛି ସମସ୍ତେ ପ୍ରାୟ ସେଇ ଫେଜ୍ରେ ଯାଇଥିବେ, କେମିତି ମନକୁ ବୁଝେଇଥିବେ ସେଇଟା ଭାଇମାନେ ମାଆମାନେ ଯଦି କହିବେ କେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ କିଛି ଶିଖିବି ସେଇଠି। କାରଣ ସେଇଥିରେ ମୁଁ ଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦ୍ୱ କରିଚାଲିଛି, ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରଗଲ୍ କରିଚାଲିଛି ସେଇ ଫେଜ୍ରେ। ଆଉ ଏତିକି କହି ମୁଁ ଭାବିନିମୟ ରଖୁଛି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଶିବାନୀ ଟିକେ ଅପେକ୍ଷା କରନ୍ତୁ। I wanted you to share that experience you had when you spent the morning talking about, right? Okay. So, ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ବନଲତା ମା ଶୁଣି ପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ମତେ?
ହଁ ଭାଇ ଶୁଭୁଛି।
ହଉ ମା ଟିକେ ଭାବ ବିନୟ କରନ୍ତୁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ତାରିଖଟା ମୋର ମନେ ନାହିଁ, କେତେବେଳେ ମାସେ ଉପରେ ହେଲାଣି ତ। ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଘଟଣା ଘଟିଲା। ସେ ପ୍ରତିଦିନ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ନା, ମୁଁ ଗାଧେଇ ପୂଜା ସାରିକି ଗଲା ବେଳକୁ ମୋ ପାଇଁ ଜୋଇ ଶୀତୁ ସେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା, ଜଳଖିଆ ଭଳିଆ କରିକି ଶୋଇଥାନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ଯାଇକି ତାକୁ ଖାଇ କରିକି ଆସିକି ଟିକେ ବିଶ୍ରାମ ନିଏ। ସେଦିନ କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି, ମୁଁ ଯାଇକି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା ବେଳକୁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ଟେବୁଲ ଉପରେ ଥାଇକି ଗୋଟେ ବୋତଲ ତ ନୁହଁ, ଇଏ ସହିତ ବୋତଲ ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ କାଗଜ ବୋତଲରେ ଥୁଆ ହେଇଛି। ଆଉ ତା ପାଖରେ ସବୁ ମୋର ସବୁ ଜଳଖିଆ ଥୁଆ ହେଇଛି। ମୁଁ କ'ଣ କଲି ନା, ସେ ଯୋଉ ତାଙ୍କର ସେ ସବୁଦିନ ମୋ ପାଇଁ ଟିକେ ଯାହାହେଲେ ରଖିଦିଅନ୍ତି ପାଣି ପିଇବା ପାଇଁ ଟିକେ ରଖି ଭାବିଛି ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି। ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଗଲି ଯାଇକି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା ବେଳେ ତାକୁ ଦେଖିନି, ପଢିନି, କିଛି କରିନି। ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ଧରିକି ଢକ ପିଇଗଲି। ପିଇଗଲା ପରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ କାହିଁକି ଇଣ୍ଟେଷ୍ଟାଇନଟାକୁ ଛୁଇଁଲା, ସେତେବେଳକୁ ଲାଗିଲା ଜଳି ଉଠିଲା। ଜଳି ଉଠିଲା କ'ଣ କିଟା, ଏଠି କହୁ ମୁଁ ପଡିଗଲିଣି ତଳେ। ମୁଁ ତାପରେ ମୋର ଆଉ ଚେତା ନାହିଁ କିଛି, ମୁଁ ପଡିଯାଇଛି ଏତିକି ଖାଲି ମୋର ମନେ ଅଛି। ଆଉ କିଛି ମୋର ମନେ ନାହିଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ପଛରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୋର ଚେତା ଆସିଲା, ସେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ହସ୍ପିଟାଲରେ ଅଛି। ସେତେବେଳେ ଭାବିଲି, ଆଉ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ସବୁବେଳେ ଶିଶୁ ଠିଆ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ କହିଲି କ'ଣ ହେଲା, ତାପରେ ମନେ ପକେଇଲି ଆଗେ କ'ଣ ଏମିତି ହେଇଥିଲା। କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ଯାହା ଝିଅଠୁ ଶୁଣିଲି, ମୁଁ ସେ ସବୁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ କରିକି ରଖିଛି। ମତେ ଦେଖିକି ସେ ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ତାକୁ କରିକି ରଖିଛି। ସେ ମୁଁ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ 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 କହୁଛି। ତାପରେ ସେ କହୁଛି, ମାମୁନି ମାରେ ମାମୁନି ମୁଁ ଯାଉଛି ଏମିତି କହିଦେଇକିରି ମୁଁ ପଡିଯାଇଛି। ମୋର ଆଉ ହୋସ ନାହିଁ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ଶବ୍ଦଟା ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ସେତେବେଳେ ଶୁଣିଲି, ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଯାହା ହବ ମୋର ଶେଷ ସେତେବେଳେ ଯୋଉ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତରେ ମୁଁ ପାଟିରୁ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ବାହାରୁଛି, ସେତିକି ମୋ ପାଇଁ ବଡ କଥା। ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଦୟାରୁ ମୁଁ ବଞ୍ଚିଗଲି। ଆଉ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ସବୁବେଳେ ମୋ ପ୍ରତି କରୁଣା ଥାଉ, କେମିତି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କରି ନାଁ ଧରିକି ସଂସାର ଯାଇପାରିବି। ମୁଁ ଆଉ କିଛି କହିପାରୁନି।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ରହିଲି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ମା। ଉଷା ମା। ଓ ଶିବାନୀ ମହାନ୍ତି ମା ଅଛନ୍ତି ଲାଇନରେ?
ହଁ ଭାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ହଁ ଆପଣ ଟିକେ କରିବେ ଭାବିନ?
ହଁ ଭାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ହଁ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ଭାଇ ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମା।
ହଁ ଆଉ ଯାହା ହଉ ମାନେ ମତେ ଭାବ ବିନିମୟ କରିବାକୁ ସୁଯୋଗ ଦେଲେ, ବହୁତ ବଡ କଥା। ସମ୍ମିଳନୀରେ ମାନେ ରିମୋଟଲି ଭାବ ବିନିମୟ କରିବାଟା ବୋଧେ ବହୁତ ବଡ କଥା ମୋ ପାଇଁ। ମୁଁ କେବେ ଭାବିନଥିଲି ଆଜି ଏମିତି ସୁଯୋଗ ମିଳିବ ବୋଲି। ମୁଁ କିଛି ପ୍ରିପେୟାର ବି କରିନି। ତ ୟୁଜୁଆଲି ଭାବ ବିନିମୟ ପାଇଁ କିଛି ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରନ୍ତିନି, କିନ୍ତୁ ତଥାପି ଆଗରୁ ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଭାବିକି ରଖିଥାଏ କଣ କହିବି ବୋଲି। ଆଉ କାଲି ଦେଖୁଥିଲି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସଜା ବହୁତ ବଢିଆ ସୁନ୍ଦର ହେଇଛି। ରଥରେ ବସିଛନ୍ତି ଠାକୁର, ବହୁତ ସୁନ୍ଦର ସଜା ହେଇଛି, ବହୁତ ଖୁସି ଲାଗିଲା ଦେଖିକି। ଆଉ ସମସ୍ତେ ତ ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି, ବହୁତ ମଜା କରୁଥିବେ। ମୁଁ ତ ମାନେ ଆନନ୍ଦ ଭିତରେ ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଡିକି ରହିଛନ୍ତି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ। ଆଉ ମୋର ତ ସେ ଭାଗ୍ୟ ନାହିଁ। ଆଗରୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୋ ଦେହ ଠିକ ଥିଲା ସେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ ପ୍ରତିବର୍ଷ ଯାଉଥିଲି, ଆଉ ମନରେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଗର୍ବ ଆସିଯାଇଥିଲା ଯେ ମୁଁ କେବେ ବି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ମିସ୍ କରୁନି। ବୋଧେ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆଜି ଯାଇପାରିଲିନି ନା କଣ ହେଲା ମୁଁ କହିପାରୁନି। ଆଉ ଏଇ କୋଭିଡ ପାଇଁ ତ ଅସୁବିଧା, ତାପରେ ମୋର ଆଜିକାଲି ଡାୟାଲିସିସ୍ ଲାଗିଯାଉଛି ପୁରା 12 ରୁ 14 ଘଣ୍ଟା। ଆଉ ସେଇ ଭିତରେ ଯାଇକି ସମ୍ମିଳନୀରେ ରହି ସେଠି କିଛି ସେବା କରିବା ବି ସମ୍ଭବ ବୋଧେ ହେଇପାରିବନି, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆଉ ଯାଇପାରିଲିନି। କିନ୍ତୁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଦୟାରୁ ଯଦି ମୋ କିଡନୀ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଯିବ ତାହେଲେ ଶୀଘ୍ର ଯାଇପାରିବି ସମ୍ମିଳନୀକୁ। ଆଉ କିଛି ଭାବିପାରୁନି କଣ କହିବି, ସେତିକି କହିକି ରଖୁଛି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ଉଷା ମା।
Jai Guru, Shri Shri Thakur Maharaj, Raja Bhaiya President, Bhais Mas, and all young aspirants. Today I want to share something that it was a unique experience. It was a unique experience for me, and also highlighted another facet of our Guru, Thakura. At least to me, I wasn't aware of that. We are all so familiar with Thakura being for us, that is for his devotees and his bhaktas, his disciples. But there's one thing I realized: how big the heart of a Thakura is. It doesn't have to be his bhakta or his disciple. He's there for everyone, and I guess he makes us the channel to help them, to support them. We are the conduit. He says, "Mo kamo eti karo, and I'll take care of you in the paraloko." I think that is what this experience of mine, I would say that is the experience that reflects that. End of the year, we all try to give to charities, we give donations. And once in the evening, Sandhya Pujare, the thought came ki, I have my favorite charities, but apart from that, and there's a thought that came to my mind that look at your own family. I was like, my family, okay, and then one of my uncles' face flashed in front of me. He doesn't have any children. He and his wife, There are only two of them. My uncle is a devotee of Sham Baba. He is deity in Rajasthan, very well known, and it seems that he is an avatar of Sri Krishna. So he and his wife both are devotees of Sham Baba, and they also go to Rajasthan every year. So I was like, I didn't think much. I was like, okay, he doesn't have any children. Maybe that is what Thakur was trying to tell me. So I called up my brother and I said, I had this thought in my head when I was sitting on my asana, and that means I have to do it, or as I feel as if Thakur wants me to do this. So he was like, okay, if that's your wish. Anyways, I was planning to go to India in December, end of December. So I went and I told my brother, and he said, why? I do not know. You just figure out a way to, or you want to do something for people, and then you say that you had this feeling, and it's you put it on Thakur, so I can't even refuse it. So we worked it out, and then it so happened that I returned back, or after a month, my brother called me and said, Usha Didi, my chachi, that is my uncle's wife. My uncle is my father's youngest brother. She is diagnosed with cancer. So think about it. We didn't know. None of the family knew anything about it. And Thakur gave me the indication. And that time they didn't know it was cancer. He said, we are going for the biopsy, but I have a strong feeling that your Thakur has wanted you to help him. That means we are not going to hear any good news about this. It's when they do the biopsy, it's definitely going to be positive. And it was positive. So nobody in the family knew. Even I had no inclination of it. But somehow, why would I think about, if it was not for Thakur, that there is somebody in your family who needs you. And my chacha and my uncle is not a devotee of Thakur, but he's a good person. So all I'm trying to say is, look at Thakur. He's everywhere. He's for everyone. It's not only for us. And if we think that it's only for us, then I think that we should rethink about it. He has such a big heart. All he needs is that we do what he wants us to do. He shows us the path, and we should be working on it. I could have ignored it, but somehow down all these years, I have learned one thing, that if I'm sitting on my asana and if I have a thought, that means there is Thakur's blessing behind it. And that is something that I have learned never to do it, to ignore it, or to think, oh, it's not pertinent or it's irrelevant. So, Thakur is, all the time we say that Thakur is great, but I think he's much, much beyond that. He's thinking about the entire world, not only us. He doesn't care if they are his devotees or not. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. We have read in Nidajavani, before he left his mortal body, right, in Bidam Street. So he was, smoking tobacco. Suddenly, he let that go, lifted his hand and did like this 3 times, right? Bhuvan Maharaj asked, what happened, Thakur? Thakur said, somebody across that pond committed suicide. Right? The person doesn't have to be devotee. Anyway, so Adi, your turn next, but before that, I want Gyanabhai to sing a song. So you can put your thoughts together, what you have learned from Swat so far. No, she didn't tell you anything. Don't blame her. She didn't give any indication to me.
You could apply the same with them.
So, yeah. कहते कि पूर्व ठाकुर said that निर्विकार भगवान को मध्य विकार हुए, ब्रह्म के पुरुष ब्रह्मविद निगमानंद सरस्वती भक्त में कांदी पारती बहुत प्रमाण रही। जो विमला माँ बाघर पर किसी दिन रही ठाकुर भाई पुरी रे माँ फेरी जी गाड़ी आसी पहुँचला पुड़ी पुटला धरिकी विमला मन खुशी जाए बस गाड़ी रे ठाकुर से आसुंच माँ वर्णना कर ठाकुर अनावृत शरीर धोती पिंधि कांधे किसी ना से कोच दी साइड हाथ देकरी कहते दिमु तू ताले एत दिन पर मत छाड़ी गलु कांदुंट। कैन यू इमेजिन दिस पर्सन क्राइंग? भक्त पे कांदी पारती सी जो सभा सान भाई रामानंद ब्रह्मचारी रामानंद क्षेत्र तो रामानंद ही नथिले जाइछिन काशी की ठाकुर देखा करने ठाकुर नथिले आई थिंक प्रज्ञान महाराज थिले कौन जाइथिले ठाकुर फेरी देखी सान भाई को से परमहंस सन्यासी पूर्वाश्रम संपर्क किसी ना बाप माँ को श्राद्ध करी सन्यास नियंती परिवार भी किसी न थाए ता छड़ा ये साधारण सन्यासी कथा नुहे ये निर्विकल्प समाधि फेरी जे निजको रियलाइज दैट ही इज गुरु रामानंद को देखिक जड़े धरी कांदी दुर्गा
प्रज्ञान बहुत पर
अच्छा
पूर्व जाए काशी
रामानंद जाती जो जंगम तीर काशी
जंगम तीर्थ लिखिं
दुर्गापुर
काशी पठेले
हाँ
प्रज्ञान
चिदानंद थे चिदानंद प्रज्ञान हाँ लेकिन चिदानंद देखा प्रथम ओके एनीवे सो ठाकुर ये भावटा को वर्णना करके सर्वत्यागी स्वरूपानंद महाराज लिखिं एमन गुरु कथाए खोजे पाबे ना को तुम ज्ञान भाई को अनुरोध कर गीत बोलिए
गीत सांग ही गाई वन जय गुरु
स्नेह प्रीति भक्ति भरा मोदेर गुरु जगत जोड़ा ताहार माझे आछे एकजन सकल गुरुर सेरा ओ से जानिए तोरी सेजे प्रेम दिए घेरा কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সেজে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী অতুলন রূপে গুণে তাহার তুলনা নাই ভুবনে কেবল এমন সদাই ফিরে কাঙ্গাল যথায় দেখে ও তার স্নেহের ডাকে মুক্ত হলো সকল জ্বালা থেকে এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সেজে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী কার পরশে শীতলতা কেবল এমন শান্তিদাতা বাঞ্ছা কপট রূপেবা ভক্তের ভাতি বুঝে প্রীতম জগতুল হইলে কার পায়ে মাথা গুঁজে এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সেজে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ভক্তের ব্যথায় সেজে ব্যথি ভক্তের সদা সাথের সাথী ভক্তের ভার সদাই করে প্রেমের চোখে ভক্তের মান সদাই রাখে আপন মান টিকে এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সেজে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী জীবের দুঃখ সইতে নারী ব্রহ্মানন্দ পরিহরি কেবল এমন জীবের লাগি দ্বারে দ্বারে ঘুরি সে ভক্তের লাগি জীবন ধরে ভক্তের কুশল স্মরি এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না তুমি আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সেজে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী ওগো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী সদাই শিষ্যের পাছে পাছে কেবল মন ফিরিতেছে শিষ্যের দুঃখ দেখে কেবল এমন যতন করে ভক্তের কথা বুঝে যে তার সদাই আঁখি ঝুরে। এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না তো তুমি, আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, ও গো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী। দৃষ্টি এমন করুণ তাহার, কেবার এমন দয়ার আধার, কেবার এমন হাসি মুখে লয় গো আপন করে। আখি হতে কৃপার কোনা কারবার এমন ঝরে। এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না তো তুমি, আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, ও গো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী। পরে বোঝা আপন মাথে তুলে নিয়ে আপন হাতে, সেবায় এমন বদ্ধ জীবে দিয়ে গো মুক্ত করে। হাসি মুখে হয় গো জ্বালা তারি কুশল করে। এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি, আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, সে গো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী। গুরু শিষ্যে এমন স্নেহ কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে কেহ, এসো আমার হিয়ার মানে শ্রীরে তোমায় ভরি। তোমার কোমল জীবন আমার, তোমায় দেখে মরি। এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না তো তুমি, আমার গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না তো তুমি, আমার প্রাণের ঠাকুর সে যে আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, ও গো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, ও গো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী, ও গো আমার হৃদয় স্বামী।
জয় গুরু। ସ୍ୱରୂପାନନ୍ଦ ଠାକୁର ଚିହ୍ନିଥିଲେ। ଯେ ସିଏ ପାଣିରେ ବୁଡ଼ିକି ରହୁଥିଲେ, ଆମେ ଉପରେ ଖାଲି ଫରଫରାଏ, ଆମେ ଖାଲି ଉପରେ ଫରଫର ହଉଛୁ, ଆମର କେତେ ଜ୍ଞାନ ଆମେ ଠାକୁର ଚିହ୍ନିବା। ସ୍ୱରୂପାନନ୍ଦ ଚିହ୍ନିଥିଲେ, କହିଲେ ଏମିତି ଗୁରୁ ତମେ କୋଉଠି ଖୋଜିକି ପାଇବ ନାହିଁ। এমন গুরু কোথায় খুঁজে পাবে না তুমি। হি নিউ ঠাকুর কଣ সর্ব ত্যাগ କରି ଚାଲି ଆସିଲେ। ଠାକୁର କହିଥିଲେ ତ୍ୟାଗୀ ବୁଦ୍ଧ ଦେବ, ତ୍ୟାଗୀ ଗୌରାଙ୍ଗ ଦେବ। ସ୍ୱରୂପାନନ୍ଦ ମଧ୍ୟ ଠାକୁର ସବୁ ତ୍ୟାଗ କରିଦେଲେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ପିଲା ଛୁଆଙ୍କୁ ଦେଇଦେଲେ। same method upon if it was that situation, your wife there, your kids live there, you don't get to see them, you don't get to talk to them in the same compound. Can you imagine that situation? केते कठोरता भीतर से जाइछन्ती संपर्क चालीगला ताको शेष मुहूर्त पचरा जाउछि कहा कथा पचरचन्ती जे तुमे टिके हाँ मना कर देइछन्ती से नो नो So he was traveling. भिक्षा करते विभिन्न जगह बुलिकी बही बिकुले इत्यादि बही बिकी पैसा आनुले ठपाई 16 बड़ा मां मृत्यु खबर आसी पहुंची पाखे that your daughter died, daughter passed away. Anyway, ठाकुर बहुत परीक्षा पकई जदि कथा स्पष्ट भाव लेखा नहीं तेज अनुमान करा जाए मु अनुमान करुची जहाँ पढ़ी सुशीला माँ व्यवहार ठाकुर टी असंतुष्ट थे मठ सुशीला माँ करुणा माँ भीतर सब झगड़ा झाड़ी लगुला ठाकुर स्वरूपान डके पठेले सुशीला माँ नाटा स्पष्ट क्या बुझला सुशीला ना ना कि मुझे कहूँ अनुमान कर सुशीला माँ बोली ठाकुर डकई पठे सुशीला माँ व्यवहार ठाकुर अतिष्ट होकर स्वरूपानंद कहते तो स्त्री की बाहर कर दे आश्रम
स्वरूपानंद आसी मठ बुलिया बुलिया आसने कम अध्यक्ष थे कहार बगुड़ार फेरी ठाकुर for whatever reason, Thakur only knows, nobody knows. Thakur make him the manager for a day. से जिते दिन रोच से दिन मैनेजर हो से तोड़ मैनेजर थे किए पुओ निर्बानंद महाराज निर्बानंद था आम कहले तुम मैनेजर हो से मैनेजर हेले गोटे रूल थिला ये रूलटा को जी भांगी एक वस्त्र बाहर करदे आ से रूलटा को सेदिन से भांगी सम काइंड ऑफ झगड़ा दिज भर व्हाट एवर दैट रूल दे डोंट से दैट निर्बानंद लिखी ना निर्बानंद डायरी यहाँ आसी किंतु ये रूल भांगी वाला जन लिखिं निर्बाण अधिका लिखिं निर्बाण कहते ठाकुर जाए कथा ठाकुर शोई पड़े ये जाकि कम्प्लेन कराला कम्प्लेन जमी कराला से कहले नियम तो है बाहर करदे सीधा कहले एक वस्त्र तुम्हें जाओ तो बाहर आसी ठिया होती कांदुंच तो कहते तुम्हें कौटी जीव कह मुझे बर्तमान तुमको नहीं छाड़ी पलि आस निजर वाइफ पुओ फेर एगुड़ा सब लिखुच्छी तापर अन्य भाई मैंने आसी इंटरफियर कले कहले नाई कहीं सेमती हम ठाकुर को जनइबा ठाकुर को उठाला ठाकुर कहले से क्षमा मागु ताको आने भीतर को से भाया लोक से लिखिं माँ गोटे जगह लिखिं नारायणी माँ लिखिं शेष मुहूर्त भी ठाकुर परीक्षा कर लिखी ना माँ को ना एवरीबॉडी सेज दैट
तो सी ठाकुर चिन्ह किए चिन्ह अग्नि परीक्षा दे जाइछन्ति anyway Adi if you want to share a few words Joy Guru want her to leave
Okay. Jai Guru. My name is Adi. For those who don't know me, I'm Swati's husband. I have not been involved in any of this for very long, and all of it is through Swati, watching her participate and lead the young aspirant sessions. And I'll keep this short because I don't know a lot, and I think a lot, and I don't know a lot, and it's a dangerous combination. But I think what I would say is I grew up in a very spiritual household, and my spiritual journey kind of stagnated as I became a teenager, as I went to college, trying to have it all. And then I met Swati, and I think that my spiritual journey kind of restarted. She's very spiritual, and she is an example to me. I'm South Indian, and all of our religious traditions are based on bargaining with God. And, if I give you all of my hair, you will give me this much good luck. If I do this kind of puja, you will give me money, that kind of stuff. And I think she's an example for me to kind of amend or to remove those tendencies away from my mentality and to try and have more faith in God in general.
That's not South India.
Oh, sure, but I guess I grew up hyper aware of that stuff. So that's kind of all I have. I don't have a lot to say, but that's kind of that's my experience so far.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jai Guru, could you please repeat the question?
Thanks, Adi, for sharing. We still have 15 minutes. Anybody else wants to do Bhava Vinaya? Any volunteers? Prabhakar bhai? I thought you should have your head. No, it's 15 minutes. Come. I can't go.
जय गुरु प्राणनाथ ठाकुर महाराज सभापति ब्रज भाई और सतीर्थ भाई माँ यंग एस्पिरेंट्स आमर सम्मेलन ऑफ कोर्स 2019 रे हितला तापरे जय गुरु so as we all know we had our last full-fledged Sammilani in 2019, and of course, then the craziness started with the pandemic. And then, of course, we know how everybody's life got interrupted, disrupted, whatever, however we call it. And then, the vaccine came out and we felt a little bit better. And then we started thinking of having our Sammilani back. Right, so last year we had it, and we called it Dhiraksha because we didn't really do a full-fledged Sammilani. And to share my feelings, I was really worried. I was really worried when we had it. The reason I was worried is not because I thought anybody would get infected or it'll cause any major issues. I couldn't take the fact that some of us are going to have a Sammilani and some others cannot attend the Sammilani because some of the family members are not vaccinated. Personally, I thought that was not right. Because we know that some of our bhais and mas probably are going to miss the Sammilani because some of our children
are not vaccinated yet. So why would we cause a situation where we're asking some of them to attend the Sammilani and some others can stay home? Just trying to share my feelings about last year's Sammilani. So I'm immensely happy that we have come back to full-fledged Sammilani, and we could all gather together, even though we all agreed that we should practice some social distancing and wear some masks and do some testing, all that. Of course, we are not doing it because, once we gather together, it's just one extended family. So even though we had everything planned, and we also had a tent outside, thinking that some of us are going to stay out so that we do not bunch up, when we are having our prasad. So it's Thakura's grace that everything is going well. Of course, it's all him, right? I mean, there's nothing that we are doing. It's just everything is happening with his direction, his guidance, and his blessings. So again, I'm really feeling happy that we could see so many of us in the Nata Mandira and being together, coming back as a full extended family, and being here, enjoying and having that joy that we always do have. So I pray to Thakura, this it's all you. I mean, it's amazing, if we all think about the pandemic, by the time the shutdown or the lockdown started in the US, it was March of 2020. And then by end of the year, we already had a vaccine. Some of us, I mean, think of the people who put in, all their effort day and night, think of those healthcare workers who, there are stories where, wife would be a doctor or a nurse, they would just hire a RV, park that in their driveway, and she would go to work, come back, and live in the RV, do not go inside the house and see their children. So they're all Thakura's people, selflessly, they are looking after, each one of us. There are so many stories like those. So Thakura Vakare Prarthana, think of those grocery stores that we went. We had to have food for us to live. So they, selflessly came every day to the store and took care of all of us, selflessly, not thinking about their own families and not thinking about the wellness of, themselves. So Thakura Vakare Prarthana, we pray to Thakura that, they're actually your bhaktas. One of the questions that came up this morning was, who really is a bhakta? Thakura said, everybody, I mean, he's Param Brahma, right? Everybody is part of him. So there's no question about that, or there's no doubt about it. But, seeing all this, being in this country and seeing all this really makes you proud that, yes, we are living in Thakura's land. Joy Guru.
Gita ma tige kahibe just a few words maybe. Tige 5 minute ho gaya na ba. Bye.
जयगुरु प्राणर ठाकुर आज मत गोटे भाव विनिमय सेवा मिली मुझे एक्सपेक्ट कर नी कौन कही मन जापारे भाव माने तो केते प्रकार भाव आसी कौन कह ठाकुर पाखे कि तो मन में आसुनी किंतु एति खुशी लगुच जे 2 वर्ष पर पैंडेमिक पर तो माने गोटे फुल फ्लेज जहाँ भाई कहले गोटे फुल फ्लेज सम्मिलन देखी पारुछु आटा बड़ सौभाग्यर कथा आटा हूँ ठाकुर आशीर्वाद ठाकुर यहाँ बड़ आशीर्वाद जे आम मैंने यही कंट्री रही जो कि जोटी सब प्रकार माने टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट मिली पारुची लोक माने ठीक रही पार्छन सेटा हम प्रति ठाकुरंकर बहुत बड़ा आशीर्वाद आ 2 वर्ष ला सम्मेलन को हम आसपार नथिलु 2 वर्ष ला माने गत वर्ष तो सम्मेलन टिके कोन हेइथिला किंतु समस्त डरुथुलु तेणु आसपारूनी ए वर्ष फुल फ्लेज आसलु टिके दोदुल्य मान होके आसुलु कि जो देखिलु मैंने बहुत खुशी लगे पुणी वी आर बैक टू प्री पैंडेमिक आती रोचे सदा एमती सम्मेलन हो सब पिला माने एते खुशी होती मो पिला माने आसिले पर्टिकुलर अंशुल आसे सदा बेले आसिया चाहूँगी आ गला सदा गोड़ लगे मुझे रही ही तो एक्चुअली ही इज द इंस्ट्रूमेंटल टू कवर हियर से आसपारनी 2 वर्ष क्या देखनी तो ये बहुत खुशी लगुच यहाँ एक्चुअली पिला गोटे लाइक इट इज ए लाइक एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली भाई मैंने कहते एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली इट्स काइंड ऑफ ऑकेजन इट्स काइंड टू सेलिब्रेट इट्स काइंड ऑफ व्हाट एवर यू मेंशन इट किड्स एंजॉय एंड दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग फॉर द पेरेंट्स आल्सो सो मुझे कहबी सदा बेले ठाकुर तो आम बेले बेले टिके पाऊ जे हाँ ठाकुर अच्छा जोटा गोटे मनरे आसे एत सदा लगे हाँ ठाकुर अच्छा से आम जिते प्रकार माने ठाकुर को देखु विष्णु शिव जहाँ को देखु कि ठाकुर जो गोटे मनुष्य धारी देहधारी ठाकुर से भाविले आम खुशी लगे ठाकुर एक्चुअली पृथ्वी पृष्ठ को आसी आउर से जो भावधारा दे गए से एक्चुअली गोटे काइंड ऑफ ठाकुर जोटा कि यू कैन बिलीव इन अदरवाइज जहाँ देखिले तुम जापर हाँ विष्णु ठाकुर देखु अलग प्रकार देख ठाकुर गोटे मनुष्य देही ठाकुर आईटा देखिकी माने जहाँ से जो प्रकार ठाकुर कहते मोर आदेश गुड़ा सदा बेले मानव सेटा ही सब बड़ कथा लाइक ठाकुर जहाँ कही जे मोर मत तुम जहाँ ये कर मोर आदेश मोर आदेश मोर आदेश हूँ ठीक मु कहला भाया तेणु ताकू सदा मानि रखता आम तो मानि पार्नु किंतु जी चेष्टा करुचु एवं केत जन भाई कहले जे एठी लगुच सब ठीक ठाक कि बैक टू व्हेन यू गो बैक होम यू बैक टू आवर नॉर्मल लाइफ सब जिन पुणी भूली जाऊँ सब प्रकार मान द्वंद्व विषाद सब नेगेटिव थॉट्स ऑल कम्स टू आवर माइंड किंतु चेष्टा करुँ जो वर्षक यही सम्मेलन टिके कियदंश रखिपर फॉर द नेक्स्ट ईयर सेटा आम प्रति सौभाग्य हम और ठाकुर को एतिकी प्रार्थना करुच्ची समस्त को भाई 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 माँ आउ परिवार वर्ग सदा बेले चाहिए रखी था आम पिला प्रति माने से सदा पथ कुसुमित कर रखतु आती कही रोचे जय गुरु
जय ज्ञान
जय गुरु प्राणर ठाकुर आम प्रिय सभापति समस्त बड़ भाई इवेन ब्रज भाई विजय भाई बड़ भाई सभापति महादेव आ भाई माँ मैंने I have to pull his leg a little bit. Anand Sabha asked, I'm just getting ready. So, भाबुथिली गोटे भल अनुभूति मिलता मत about 1.5 weeks ago, maybe a little more longer than that. It's probably about 1.5 weeks. भाबुथिली सेटा क्लास पूजा पे साइति के रखिबी क्लास पूजा रे सेटा आउथर कोहा with a different context. What? English? Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. I forgot about Ma and Adi Bhai here. I did say Adi Bhai. Remember, I did say Adi Bhai. Yeah, I said that. There's a long story behind that. I'm not going to go to that. Take time here. This is something I saw in my dream about a week and a half ago. I had COVID. Our whole family had COVID recently. Some of you may not know. After COVID, I have developed a little bit of thing that I wake up middle of the night. I can sleep only 3 hours at straight max, and then I wake up. Once I wake up, it takes a little bit longer to go back to sleep. So one such night, I woke up around 3 or so.
maybe a little earlier, then slept, and I woke up again. But around 3, I went to the bathroom, came back, and I'm sleeping. 4:30 is usually my wake-up time. Even though I don't need an alarm, I usually put the alarm. So alarm is there. So I'm trying to sleep. So there is a technique that Thakur has said. It's in Jivani Vani and in our Jivani. That what you do is do this Ajapa Japa. Take Jai Guru while you are breathing, and then breathe out without saying anything, and that's a technique. We are advised to do that before you go to sleep. So when I'm not getting sleep, I started doing that. So at some point I went to sleep, I don't know when, but some time might have passed. Very early in the morning, probably 4:20 or something, I'm seeing this dream that I'm sitting at my usual place there. That's my place, as if I bought it or something. And then Thakur is there. Whatever was going, it was ending, so we had to go to Joy Guru Kirtan. So I started Joy Guru Kirtan, and then once I said Joy Guru, I see Swapneshwar is sitting next to me, and he's not holding the instrument. So I just did that, hey. I didn't say anything, hey. So Swapneshwar takes his murdanga and start playing. So then I do one line, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, and then somebody behind me, I feel he is Vishwadvai. I did not see him because I did not turn my head because I have to keep the mic on too. Then he starts repeating. So for whatever reason, I usually don't do pranam at that point. I would just stand, look straight at Thakur and start repeating Jai Guru. That's my standard. So this time I don't know why I did pranam. I did and lifted my head. Then I see Thakur is sitting, and his left leg is raised, and his dhoti is up to his knees, and I feel from his leg, the both padat dekhigre. So I feel like this is the Amar Jamidar, that stream going on the side and the trees and all that, that vigraha. So then something comes to my mind that vigraha, Thakur's dhoti is up to ankle. So how come I saw bear? So I'm kind of deceiving myself. So then I raise up and then continue to sing again, and I'm forgetting to sing. So Vishwadvai, or I think Vishwadvai, he's waiting for me to do the next line so that he can do Pali. And I'm not saying anything. Then somebody, I know who that is, he may feel bad, so I won't tell his name. So on the phone, starts singing. And then I say, oh, yeah, I have to do that. So I do my next line, and then I do pranam again, raise my head, I see Thakur sitting there. And with he just raises his legs. I see that, and then I do pranam again. Then he raises his leg and then puts it down. And he said, Thakur, we have all these sanskaras in us, right? My sanskara is Thakur is in a vigraha, in a photo, right? So I'm thinking, so how is this happening? So I have doubts in my mind. So then this time I do pranam again, raise it, and Thakur is lifting his leg. So I look up. It's not vigraha. There's a chair. It's not that asana. He's just sitting right there, just right there. He's sitting right there in a chair, just like a human person sitting there in his gross body and raising his leg to, I guess, to give me blessings. So then and he raises and puts it down. Then I'm now programmed to do a pranam and raise my head and look up, and then he's doing the same thing again. So I don't know how many times this happened. Might have gone for a little bit longer, but my alarm came up. So I woke up. This is just a couple of week and a half ago. Started taking the name a little bit longer. So I stayed in the bed and prayed to Thakur that, I still had doubts in my dreams a little bit that Thakur is in a vigraha rather than he's sitting there in physical body. And he corrects that at the end. He corrects that. He's not letting me just go away with the thought that it is vigraha and all that. Last Sammilani, I heard some techniques from somebody, so I repeated that to all of you. through Prarthana, if you keep thinking of the meaning and look at Thakur, then you can see Thakur moving. That happens. I don't know if any of you have seen it. I see that regularly. So that kind of it also creates a sanskara. That sanskara is in you, and Thakur now comes in and takes that sanskara away. So I'm really thankful to him for that. And with that, let me end my Bhava Binimaya here. And I thank Brajabhai to give me the chance. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. So we'll end the session here. Pranal Thakur, we're going to conclude our Bhava Binimaya session here. We'll resume the Pratikya for evening session at 5:30 p.m. with Arati starting at 6 o'clock. So I request all you to join back for the evening session again. Jai Guru. Gyanabhai Nararupa Dharam. Gyanabhai Nararupa Dharam. Oh, Maharaj.
Pranamami